Hello and welcome back to Electronic Cooling CFD simulation in Ansys Fluent. This is part 3 of this CFD series, CFD course, and in this part I will show you how we can generate the mesh for our electronic cooling system. So without any further delay, let's get started. So in the previous session, we import our geometry in the Workbench and then do some modification and extract the volume inside the enclosure and then connect it to the mesh. Now I can double click on the mesh to open. So as you can see in this status bar, the meshing, actually Ansys Meshing is starting to be open. So now the geometry has been loaded here in the Ansys Meshing. The first thing we will want to do is suppress all the geometry bodies except the field geometry we created in the last step and all of the chips that will be creating heat. This will greatly simplify the solution and still give us the information to the problem statement. So in the outline view, I will expand the geometry here, and then under the part I will expand the parts and then select all of the solids in the list here. We can check. So the solid here, actually this one, you can see actually here all of this solid, but we need actually this CPU, this panel, these ones all should be actually suppressed. So I can select all of these first and then all of this panel and then suppress bodies all of these, and then actually I will keep this CPU. And also this caps also needs to be suppressed. As you can see here, all of these are related to the or caps, but not this one. So I will also select all of these and then suppress all of this body, suppress body. And so I have all of these solids, as you can see, these are related to these chips, will generate the heat. So I will suppress this one. As you can see, there's a cross here, so this part has been suppressed. I have this CPU and also this part, which is related to our extracted volume, which is represent our fluid domain. So I suppressed all the solids that I don't need, and then keep all these heat generation parts and also the fluid domain here. So generally this solid actually select should represent the field geometry, the empty space inside the box, and also all the chips inside the box. So you need to verify that this is correct one. So as you can see, I can check one more time. All of these solids are for these chips, and then all of this bottom panel that we create in the space claim has been suppressed. As you can see, there is a cross here, top panel, front panel, but I keep the CPU as well, and also these 20 parts are related to all the holes. So these ones should be 20, and one solid which is related to our empty space fluid domain. And the next step is create the name selection. So I will just simply close this one and go for selecting the name selection. So to create the name selection for our boundary condition, so first of all, I will select this face selection, select this one and this one, then right click here, you can press N on the keyboard or use this create name selection and write the here inlet, and then press OK. So we have this name selection now here, inlet, and I can do the same for this outlet, these two surface. I can select this one and this one, create name selection again, and type as outlet, and then press OK. So I have this inlet and outlet. Now we need to select the chips and battery that will generate heat. So to do so, I will select this volume selection actually here. So after that, I can simply rotate the view and select all of these chips and also this battery. I will click on this one, zoom a little bit here, hold the Control key, and then select one by one. So I will do like this. Then I will press N on the keyboard, and then I will write here as the heat generation or something like that, heat generation, and then press OK. So I have these volumes for the heat generation parts. So I can see this is inlet, these two, and these two are outlet. So if I just rotate this one like this, isometric view, so select inlet, hold the Control key. So you can see A is related to inlets, B related to outlets, and the C is for the heat generation. So I can just simply show you this is for the heat generation. Now we can go to generate the mesh for this problem. Okay, so to do so, I will close this name selection, press on the mesh here. As you can see, the default the unit is on the inch, so I will change this element size to 1 inch here on this under the mesh, and then I will right click to actually select some body sizing for our geometry here. I will show you. So I will right click on the mesh, insert sizing, and I need to select all of these heat generation parts. So again, I will rotate and select one by one all of these. Then press apply here, and then I will keep this element size here, and then here under element size I will type 0.2 inch and press enter. So now I have this body sizing for all of these. Then after that, I'm going to actually define 3 division for this small dimension of these actually chips here. So I will do the same process. I will right click on the mesh, insert, and sizing, but this time I need to select sizing for at least 2 of these edges here. I can rotate a little bit. This time I will select the edge and select one by one here this edge. I will zoom a little bit. Then this one will do the same just for one side. Then we will have 3 division in this small part of each of these chips. I will select wrongly. I will select again. So after highlighting this one, you can select it. Hold the Control key and do this selection part. I'm just selecting one by one by holding the Control key, then press on apply. So 20 edges here, and then I will change the type from element size to the number of division, because I'm going to define 3 divisions for each of these, and then when you press click somewhere, you will see you have 3 division here. So that's it for this one. Then I can just right click on the mesh and then generate a mesh for whole the domain. So now we have generated the mesh here. You can go to the statistics and check the number of elements, which is 524,000 roughly number of elements for this geometry. And as you can see, we have 3 division here, and so you can work on your mesh for getting a better result, but that's a way you can generate the mesh here. So if I select this one, right click and hide this body, you can see the mesh for each of these chips and also for the CPU battery. And then you can right click again here and show all the bodies here. So this is the mesh we have generated. Finally, I will right click on the mesh here and then press on the update. So you will get a message that this mesh successfully transferred, so the mesh translation to Fluent was successfully done. So now if I go here, you will see the mesh parts also has been checked and you can save the project. So that's it for this part. In the next part, I will go to setup, run, and post-process inside the Ansys Fluent for this tutorial. So that's it for today, and thanks for watching.